so cute, guys. First of all, I love the 90s and the early 2000s. Like, these are my favorite years. I love TV. I was a TV kid. All I did was watch TV. My mom was super strict. She didn't really let me go outside and play, so all I had was the TV. I love this show. It holds near and dear to my heart. This and Kenan and Kel, those are my top Nickelodeon shows. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today's video is going to be a story time. I've never done one of these before, so bear with me. I don't know if my story skills are great or not, but we're gonna see. But before we start, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and if you like these kinds of videos, make sure you thumbs up just so that I know and I can keep creating more content that you guys want to see. Just a little disclaimer, I don't want people to think that I'm making this video to brag. This is just a funny situation that has happened to me that I've told my friends about, and they think it's hilarious and that I should share it with you guys. So I was out with my girls one night, you know, we're drinking, we're having fun, and I spot this guy and he gives me, you know, and I was like, me? Mind you, I'm blind, but I don't wear glasses, you know. I just be living my life blind. So whenever I'm in the club or something, I'm always like squinting. I don't know if people are looking at me or if you're talking to me or if I remember you, if I recognize you. So I didn't know if he was looking at me. Later on in the night, my cousin grabs me and she's like, let's go over there. I want to see who's there. You know, let's scope out some cuties. You know how girls do like a little walk around the club to see who's here type of thing. We walk around and I see him and he notices me. And he was up in his VIP standing up on the couch. So he's like, oh, wait 1 second, so he can like climb down or whatever. So he comes over and he's like, oh, what's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Can I have your number? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So shortly after that, I go back to our table and my friend, he pulls me aside and he's like, just to let you know, he plays for so-and-so. Really? And he's like, yeah, but I've heard that he sleeps around a lot in Boston. Just be careful with him. He's kind of an a-hole. Oh, that's great. But you know, I'm the type of person, I don't like to listen to things like that. I like to feel people out for myself. You know, there's tons of rumors that could go around about tons of people. There's been rumors said about me. You never know what's true and what's not true. So he ends up like blowing my phone for the next like 3 days. I kept dodging him. He kept asking me to go out and I was just like, no, I'm busy. I kept having things to do, whatever. The 4th day that he hit me up, I was like, you know what? Let me just go. Let me go have a good time. He asked me out for some drinks. I was like, sure. So I go out with him and he was like super cool. I never got the a-hole vibe from him. We had fun. We were vibing to the same music. He was so cool. So I was like, you know, I don't know what he was talking about because he seemed super nice to me. I don't see him after that for maybe a week or 2 weeks. And I end up going to this event with one of my friends. He happened to be there. I'm gonna call him Ben. So Ben happened to be at this particular event. My friend that I was with was the same guy who told me to watch out for him when he saw me grab his number in the club. So he's like, oh, he's here. Are you gonna say hi? And I was like, oh, probably not because I'm not that type of person. I be dodging people. Like, even if I know you, ducking. You know, I don't like to say hi to people. I don't know. I just get super awkward. I'm an awkward person. So the night goes on and I notice that he's with a girl. And he's all holding hands with this girl. Seems like a couple. What is going on here? So they end up leaving with each other and I'm like, oh, that's what's going on here, you know? My friend had told me, he's like, see, I told you he sleeps around. I sure don't want to be a part of that. You know, we could be friends though. I didn't want him to think that I was that type of girl that he can just hit up whenever he feels like it. So 2 weeks passed by. I'm literally having the worst day. I just was in a crappy mood. Like, it was just one of those days. You know, when you have those days, I was like laying in bed. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was all set with that Sunday. And I had to work the next day. So I was like super dreading that. Then I get a phone call. Let me just say this. I am the deleting number queen. My cousin makes fun of me for this all the time because I love to delete numbers. One, I hate clutter. So if I have a bunch of numbers in my phone that I don't even use, why do I need them there? I'm just gonna delete them. If you haven't talked to me in over 2 years, I don't need your number anymore. You're not gonna call me, clearly, and I'm not gonna call you, so I don't need your number. I delete numbers all the time. If I'm mad at you, I'll delete your number. You pissed me off earlier in the week, I'm deleting your number. I just delete numbers all the time. I think it's like my own personal way of like getting over things. And then when I'm friends with you again, then I'll re-add it, if you didn't know that. So I get this number and I'm thinking, oh, it's probably one of my friends that I've deleted their number. And now they're calling me, because this has happened to me before. So I'm like, let me just pick it up. It's a FaceTime. I pick up, and I don't see anything. It was like facing the ceiling. And they start talking. They're like, hey, what's up? How you been? And I'm like, who the is this? So I bend over to see, and all I see is like this part of their forehead. It's Ben. So I'm like, fantastic. Now I can't get myself out of this because I already picked up the phone. He's asking me how I've been and whatever, and he's like, do you want to go to dinner tonight? And I was like, why would I? And he's like, what do you mean, why would you? And I was like, you know, you haven't talked to me in 2 weeks. Like, why would I want to go to dinner with you? You literally haven't said a word to me. Mind you, I saw you at this event with another girl, but I'm not gonna bring that up. Again, not really my problem, but kind of my problem. So he's like, oh, well, if you change your mind, you know, I'll make a reservation for 8 o'clock. Just let me know. And I'm like, yeah, I'll call you. No intention of calling him. But then I'm just laying there in bed and I'm like, you know what? I'm having a really bad day. I should just go. I should go get myself out of these clothes, go put some makeup on, go out to dinner. Free dinner. At that, might as well just get out of my house and go. Like, what am I losing? There's nothing to lose. I'm like, whatever. I'm going. I get dressed, I get cute. You know, you gotta pull out the this is what you're gonna be missing out on type of outfit and makeup. So I go, I meet him at his house, and I end up driving there. We pull up to this restaurant and it's super nice. I've never been here, and I'm like, well, we get inside, it's so nice. The waiters were so friendly, they all knew him. We sit down, he's like, order whatever you want, and I'm like, I don't know what I want. I like sushi, but I don't know much about sushi, so I had no idea what to get. I buy sushi at Market Basket, you know? So he ends up ordering for me, and it was great. Like, the food was so good. The waiter comes over, he's like, what do you guys want to drink? And I'm like, oh no, I'm not drinking. Because it was Sunday, obviously, I had to work the next day. And he's like, oh no, get a drink. And I was like, no, it's fine. And he's like, no, get a drink. And I was like, all right. Great, I'll get a drink. So I told the waiter to surprise me. Comes back with like this little pink drink. This is like a drink. We're drinking, we're talking, we're eating, we're having a great time. So it's time to go. The waiter comes. He brings over the bill. He takes it right away and hands him his card. So the waiter comes back and he's like, declined. If that is not the most embarrassing thing to happen on the date, on any date, then I don't know. I like felt for him. So I feel for people. Like, whenever somebody's in a certain situation, I always put myself in the other person's shoes, and I always want to make sure that they feel the most comfortable as possible. So I made it seem like I didn't even hear that. I just kept eating, I'm on my phone, whatever. He's like, oh really? He like goes back into his phone. He looks at his app and he's like, oh, it should work now. I don't know, maybe he transferred money or something. So he gives it back to him, he goes to do it, and he comes back. He's like, nope. Declined. What if I have to pay for this dinner? I don't even know how much it is. He ends up getting up and he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay. I still didn't open the bill. I didn't want to know how much it was. 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes goes by, 20 minutes. And I'm like, where is he? He's taking forever now. If you're peeing, it's not gonna take that long. And if you're, then I don't know. Now I'm getting nervous. Now my palms is getting sweaty. I feel like people are staring at me. Like, I don't know what to do. The bill is still there. Should I open it? Like, should I just take a peek? Oh, I'm scared. I don't know. What if it's too expensive? What if I can't pay for it? I don't know. So the waiter comes by, grabs it, and then he comes back and he's like, oh, here's the revised bill. We took care of some things. Then I get a text from Ben. Do you have cash on you? If you know me, I never carry cash on me. Ever. And this is something that I need to work on. I know it, because not every place takes a debit card or a credit card or whatever, you know? So I'm like, no. But my card is in the car because I remembered I had gone out the night before and I left my wallet inside my car. We're lucky that I took my car, because if not, I would have never had my card. So it's like, no, my card is in the car. And he's like, oh, okay, tell the waiter that you're gonna go get it. Great. Now they're gonna think that me and him are planning the secret thing to like just ditch the restaurant. Like, I'm literally so embarrassed that this is even happening. Nobody wants this to happen when they're on a date, especially when you're already having a bad day and you thought this was gonna make you feel better and now it's really not. So I stopped the way and I'm like, excuse me, like, do you mind if I go grab my card? It's in the car. Like, I'll leave my purse here or whatever. And he's like, oh no, it's fine, go ahead. We know where he works. Like, if that's supposed to make me feel better. So I run out, I go grab my card, and I open the bill. Thankfully, guys, this bill was just under $100. Thank the Lord. I thought it was going to be, I don't even know what I thought it was going to be, but I was expecting the worst. I was like, oh my God. But still, $100 is $100. That could have been a Brazilian wax, a pedicure, eyebrows, a new outfit. Like, who knows? I could have bought a lot of things with that $100. Groceries. Like, we're in a recession out here. So I pay for it. He texts me again. He still hasn't come out. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, it's literally been like a half an hour, I swear. At least that's what it felt like. So he texts me again. Did you pay? Yes, I paid. Where are you? And he's like, okay, I'll meet you in the car in 5 minutes. Why are you being so sketchy for? What if he left? Like, that's embarrassing. And then it looks bad on me. Like, oh, look at the girl whose date just left her and she paid. So I'm like, all right, fine. I get into the car. I'm waiting for him. He comes out 5 minutes later, but he's on the phone. Come to find out, his credit card information got stolen. I felt so bad. He was on the phone with the lady and she's like, trying to go over like what happened or whatever and trying to get his card to work again. And I can tell that he was just so embarrassed. Like, I was embarrassed, he was embarrassed. Like, it was just an awkward thing. You know, I wasn't mad anymore and I was just like, you know what, we can just be friends. Like, we don't have to do this again. Clearly, my bad for trying to take advantage of my own situation because I was having a bad day. And now look, the universe was like, girl, here's your karma in a bill. Moral of the story. Don't take advantage of situations, guys. We're still friends though to this day. Like, I don't hold it against them. You know, things happen. Identities get stolen. It's all right. So yeah, that's my story of how I thought I was getting a free dinner and ended up paying for myself. Karma, she'll get ya. I hope you guys like this story, and if you guys want to hear more story times, because I've got plenty. I've done some things in my life that are pretty funny and ridiculous. I've had a very eventful childhood and teenage years. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. I do that Cardi B thing, but I still haven't gotten it down yet.